Hi, my name is DeMello. I'm the Englewood Quality of Life Project Manager, and this is our Englewood Quality of Life quarterly meetings. These meetings happen once a quarter, and it's our 5 task forces, the issue areas that we work on with the Englewood Quality Life Plan, which includes housing and public spaces, health and wellness, public safety, education and youth, and jobs and economic development. Each one of those task forces reports out to the larger community about updates, upcoming projects, and even some of the past successes in the last quarter. Some of the updates today we'll hear about or have heard about are actually the planning meeting for the Greater Englewood Unity Day, where residents work together to clean up key parts of the community as a collective with residents and partners. The planning meeting is Wednesday, March 20th, 5:30 at Volunteers of America in the Imagine Englewood IF office space. Then we have a employment job fair Thursday, April 11th, that will be at Ogden Park Field House, 6550 South Racine. At that job fair, there'll be youth jobs and adult jobs and support services for residents. The time is, I believe, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then in May, there'll be a family resource event, May 18th at Kennedy King College. That's between 10 and 2, not Kennedy King College, I'm sorry, at the Salvation Army, 945 West 69th Street. That event is from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There'll be vendors in different parts of supporting families in Englewood, from housing to parent engagement support, as well as public safety and mental health and wellness support services. And then on June 14th is the Roll in Peace event, which is a bike riding safety awareness event in the community. More information will be coming out about that, but just save the date for June 14th. Our trauma awareness event, this is an event where people can get access to resources and clinicians around things around mental health as it relates to trauma. This is Friday, March 29th at Ogden Fieldhouse, 6 to 8 p.m. It's a family-friendly event, and you can bring friends and family and to have a good conversation about what mental health is in our community, but in an informal way.
So what exactly is the business plan competition? It's an opportunity for Englewood residents, as well as people who once lived in Englewood, to come back and get money to grow their business, to the tune of $40,000.
Hey.
$40,000 is a lot of money, right?
Right.
Yes? All right, so the business plan competition is actually an initiative of jobs and economic development. It's an outgrowth of that particular task force. So our 2018 competition winners are here today, and they're going to tell you a little bit about their vision, what they've been able to do with their winnings thus far, and overall how you, as Englewood residents as well as Englewood stakeholders, can get involved.
I am the founder and CEO of Administrative Relations Network, better known as ARN, and we are a consulting firm, and what we do is we go into the community and we help small to medium-sized businesses make more money, become more profitable, offer more job opportunities as well as funding. I won $1,000 in the pitch contest, and we use that for marketing, and with that, we started a YouTube channel in which we take small business owners that come in and talk about their wins, what their trials were. We also talk about work-life balance, how do they balance their family, their community, as well as life and love ladies. And so with that, we've been putting together different events for different business people themselves so they can get more opportunities to market, but we actually fund them.
Hi everyone, as you mentioned, my name is Rodney Simpson. I am one of the founding and artistic directors of Modo's Dance Company. We were ecstatic to participate in the business pitch plan competition as a $10,000, one of the winners of $10,000, so woo! A blessing. And essentially, so what Modos is, we're a therapeutic-based dance company focused on promoting the social, mental health, and well-being of individuals in the community. And our primary goal and focus is to revitalize Englewood's, the community's most valuable asset, which is the people. So we're focused on making sure their wellness and their mental health is at the forefront, right? And we do all this through dance and movement. So when you think about therapeutic and therapy from that perspective, we bring it and we're able to present it to the community in a attainable fashion.
Our goal is to increase business investment in Englewood, the growth of existing businesses, supporting entrepreneurs, and attracting new businesses. We're interested in increasing the number of residents who have access to living wage jobs and the pathway to real careers. and we're developing long-term business partnerships that provide residents with training, development, job readiness, and living wage employment situations, opportunities. Great. So, we got a couple major project areas, arts and culture, business, workforce development. Rodney, we want to definitely get you involved in the arts and culture scene, kick it up a notch, right? Thank you for joining us and making that award.
Some of the planned projects include the 4th annual Englewood Business Plan Competition, as Sharice mentioned. The date is set for December 12th. You will begin to see information regarding the launch of that. We'd love if there are any other entrepreneurs in this space today, or you have friends who are entrepreneurs, make sure that you let them know about this competition. We're going to be supporting Englewood Business Pop-Ups, and so we will be looking to connect with our arts and culture community to make sure that we can figure out how to mesh the two. And the focus is connecting entrepreneurship resources to Englewood residents and linking intensive mentoring for entrepreneurs. And so if you any of the winners are in here, they will know that they had some mentors and some support so that they could make sure that they could get through that competition process, especially the pitch process. And so know that there's a support system for that.
Okay, so some of the projects we're going to be working on this year are large co-hosted job and employment resource fairs, and we're going to talk about one of those in a minute. Also connecting Englewood residents with other job fairs in Englewood and beyond. There's ones at Kennedy King, there's other opportunities, and trying to help to make sure that people know about those. And the other thing we're planning to work on is developing an employment resource guide of employment service agencies and entrepreneurship agencies, both within Englewood but also in other parts of the city. To let people know how many people do they serve, what services they provide, how does one actually become a client to be able to get services and so forth. So we are co-hosting a large Englewood Job Fair and Employment Resource Fair, which we want everybody to come to, and we're hoping that a lot of people can also volunteer for. It's going to be on Thursday, April 11th, from 12:30 to 3:30 p.m. at Ogden Park Fieldhouse, which is at 65th and Racine, right in the heart of Greater Englewood. We're planning to have 20 to 30 employers and about 25 employment and career resource organizations, and that's going to range from organizations that can help with training and placement, all the way up through colleges, all the way up through entrepreneurship organizations that can help people start businesses. So the thoughts are, here are some companies that are looking to hire, but here are also some ways that you could be making some really great money down the line.
So the goal of the Public Safety Task Force, we're working to create a safer community through after-school and enrichment programs, improved communication, restorative justice, and peace campaigns. Here are some of our Q1 highlights. We are currently working on a trauma awareness program. We have lovingly dubbed it Get Your Mind Right. It's going to be a series of events from now until the end of December where we discuss trauma awareness and give people resources as we partner with the Health and Wellness Task Force in order to make sure that they receive the care necessary.
We will also, with the Get Your Mind Right campaign, we'll also be having smaller focus groups of people that, when we have these larger events, there may be people that don't feel comfortable speaking in front of a larger crowd. So we're going to have smaller focus groups in between each one of these events that will deal with whatever trauma each individual may be facing. Roll in Peace, June 14th. We're going to partner, Oak Street Health is going to host Roll in Peace again, the first one, and we're going to do it in the Whole Foods parking lot. We're going to have an event during spring break. I haven't gotten a date from the bike shop, Working Bikes, that I'm working with to do this yet, but it's going to be one day during CPS spring break where we're going to have people to donate old bikes they may have in their basements, collecting dust, spider webs, whatever. Or if you just want to go buy a bike and donate it to the youth of Englewood, that's fine too. But we'll have an event where people can come out and volunteer to help fix the bikes up, and we'll store the bikes into the bike ride.
Hi everyone, my name is Ebony Stevenson, and I'm a member of the Health and Wellness Task Force. Working with the Public Safety Task Force, we're working on completing a walkability study to increase walking by addressing barriers around safety and health education, and using Englewood parks for increased walking, because we know that when people start to increase physical activity, that promotes health. We're also working with the Public Safety Task Force on the Get Your Mind Right Englewood program, focusing on community conversations and awareness of mental health in the community. And we're also helping to organize resources and practitioners for the campaign.
I'm Angela Ellison, as he said, and I'm here to talk about, we were fortunate enough, we being the UIC, Office of Community Engagement, Neighborhood Health Partnership, Miles Square Health Center, to be selected as the healthcare provider in the new Englewood STEM school. Yes. I'm super excited about it. And the way we like to come in communities is to be a part of the community, so I'm so happy to be here. Our school-based health centers are full-service health centers. That means y'all can come too.
All right.
Understand this, it's for the kids, it's for their families, it's for the community. Their school-based health centers are led by an advanced nurse practitioner, a nurse. We also have behavioral health services on site. Our model is trauma-informed led, so our staff has been trained on trauma-informed care. Our staff pretty much look like the community we serve, so we're definitely culturally sensitive and concerned. So you will see our faces at these meetings and all the community meetings. There's so many projects I know we need to connect with that I haven't had a chance to, so I will be talking to Cecile, am I saying it right?
Yeah.
And the rest of you about convening and talking about how we can enter this community in the right way. Because you know, so many people come to the community, they just come because they think they got something good and they don't do it the right way. Well, I'm not calling you. I just want to come into it the right way. So I want to hear your opinion, I want to hear your voices. If you want an appointment now, we do operate a school-based health center in Auburn Gresham. We have Miles Square Health Center. So if you need an appointment now, if you want to start thinking about your kids getting in compliance for the fall, our Auburn Gresham site is open. I left flyers up there, places you can get an appointment, and then a number you can call if you need more information. And if you want to get something directly from me, I'll be sitting in the back and I have business cards.
Woo!
Well, my name is Leonard, and I'm going to introduce Gloria. I'm the action champion for housing and public spaces, and Gloria is the accountability champion. But see, hold on, could you go back to that slide for a minute? Even though, you know, I just want to make one point. You know, it says housing and public policy up here, but it's actually housing and public spaces. But it seems like it's turning to housing and public policy anyway, because that is something that we're going to need to fix the problems.
I'm freestyling with you, it's cool.
Give the beat, so. Okay, the Englewood Housing and Public Spaces Task Force goals. The Englewood Quality of Life Plan Housing and Public Spaces work is to develop Englewood without displacing long-term residents, support increases in home ownerships, and have a voice for future development in our community.
How everybody doing this evening? That's a good thing. I'm glad to be here, glad to be up here standing with my partner Landon, and also being part of the Quality of Life Plan that we have existing in the Englewood community. Well, my task is I'm taking care of the MMRP, which stands for Micro Marketing Recovery Program, which kind of piggyback on the By the Block series, because we realized that in the Englewood and the West Englewood community we having some troubles, some struggles. People losing their home, we have foreclosure issues, we have abandoned buildings, we have vacant lots. So I'm over the MMRP. So now the MMRP is already in existence through NHS. And what I've been over here, and I'm like, you know, this program can come over to some of the residents in the West Englewood neighborhood can utilize these services. So what I'm doing in this process, I'm collecting data. I'm understanding the demographic area which I'm targeting in the West Englewood area. Also, I'm going to do some interviewing service to see what the need is from the community. Then I'm going to create my survey based on what the community said that they are in need of. Then I'm going to also connect with NHS to see what other programs that they have that the West Englewood residents can utilize since it's already in existing. Once I get all of my data collected, everything that I need, then I begin to build me a case. Trust me, I'm good in building the case. So I'm going to argue my point where I can be able to get this program existed over here in the West Englewood area. And what I realized that some of the individuals that's in the West Englewood, we have a lot of homeowners, but we also have Section 8 people that's in the area too. So here, this MEMRP would be able to help them with either doing some upgrades on their property, or if they're having struggle, if they're in foreclosure, we'll be able to help them to remain in their property as well. And then if it's, they need some workshops, some financial literacy workshops, some education, whatever it is that they need to make sure they upkeep their property, as well as bringing in new first-time buyers in the community. So that's basically what it is. Be looking out, because I'm be asking. I need some people to come in to some of the community meetings, throw some questions out there, make my brain think a little bit more, you know, so we can get some things going in the Englewood community. Thank you. Woo. Any questions? Any questions?
Okay, so hi everybody. Hi. I'm Danielle. I am new to the task force, so I am the fundraising champion for the task force, and I just kind of hit the ground running here. So I'm just going to give you guys updates. I'm going to try to go as fast as possible. This is Estella next to me. She is one of our task force members, and it's been a great help to us in the meetings. The task force vision statement, we acknowledge the power of a strong educational start and want to secure this for the youth of Englewood. We envision a community that is invested in learning and supporting educators, parents, and students alike. We seek to improve the overall academic performance of youth by advancing program effectiveness and expanding and connecting mentorship opportunities. Highlights from the quarter. So last year we won a $28,000 grant for the Promise School, and I'll talk about a little bit about what the Promise School is. The Promise School is the Promise School is a grant that is, the goal is to improve overall attainment for a reading attainment for students identified for the chosen school by the principal, right? So our inaugural school is Mays Elementary School, and Principal Carter has identified 2 third-grade classrooms that we will support through several wraparound programs. We are in the planning stage, and I'd like to take a moment to mention here that we are looking for a project manager. So we are diligently kind of researching candidates and that kind of thing so that we can get this project rolling. We'll also be looking to expand the AARP Corps reading program to help facilitate the reading attainment. Additionally, we'll continue to support the parent mentor programs at Bass and Mays. Our next meeting is March 23rd at 11 o'clock. Please, if you are not already doing 7 million things, please come join us. Teamwork Englewood. Thank you.
So we have one awesome update remaining. The Englewood Quality of Life Plan last year began to start an evaluation process to be able to make sure that our efforts are stronger and make sure that we're making moving progress, right? All of us here are super committed and want to make sure we're doing things in the right way and be able to improve process in the ways that we need to. So without further ado, Tiffany and Tanisha are our lead evaluators for the Englewood Quality of Life Plan. And introduce them, we call them at the office the TNT. Right?
So we just wanted to quickly give you guys an update on what we've been doing since the last time we talked to you all in December, I think. So we've actually started a training process, and so I'll let Tanisha talk about the workshop that we did, but we want to also remind everybody, you've probably seen the emails going out about the data champion role. So what that means is that, you know, we want folks to be thinking about the type of ways that you're collecting information, all of the reports that you hear. We want to help you all think about the way that you're tracking this work, the way that you're communicating with each other, and the way that you're talking about the impact that you're having. So we started doing the Evaluation 101 training, and then we want to work deeper and train some more of you to like think about how you're doing all of your programming and the way you're reporting out to each other. So I will let Tanisha talk about the actual workshop that we did.
Sure. I'm going to talk a little bit about the workshop, but before I do, I want to give an opportunity for one of the task force members to come up and tell us about some of the things that he's been learning as a result of all the evaluation classes and engagement that we've been doing with the task force leaders.
Well, first, let me just say we got the right people on the job. These folks and their work is extraordinary. They put on a great workshop. I see a few of my workshop participant friends in the room with me today. We put in the time and really dug in on this whole idea of what real evaluation is. How to ask probing questions and how to organize our thinking around not only just the questions we want to ask and share about the work, but having those questions inform the work. And probably, I think even a couple of weeks ago, there was a previous leadership meeting where we were looking at how to goal set for our work and whatnot, and it really matched up well with the one-on-one workshop. And the big idea was to have SMART goals and smart ways of thinking about evaluation. And SMART is an acronym. It means several words that tell us how to get that done well, and it's how to make sure that the questions that we're asking are very specific. The goals that we have be very specific, that they be measurable, which is what the whole evaluation piece is all about. So we can see how well we're doing, where we're advancing against a goal, where we might be lagging against a goal, and to make sure the goals are really attainable, like action oriented. We can actually do this. It's achievable. And that they're results orientated with reliable processes and whatnot. And probably the most important thing I took away from it is that it's a wish if it doesn't have a time bound. So the SMART kind of gets spelled out as specific, measurable, attainable, results orientated, and time bound. So that was just one of the many things we learned. and so they try to put an 8-hour workshop in a 4-hour box of what fits like my pants.
Thank you.
Thank you.